first time vlogging, so I'm always kind of embarrassed. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm just trying to make a blog called Northside Parks where I just, bum around Chicago, showing you the cool spots to go that aren't the Bean, because I hate the Bean. Here we are at the butterfly, Montrose Beach Butterfly and Bird Sanctuary. I said it was a bird sanctuary before, but apparently there's also some butterflies in here, so good for them. The cool thing about Chicago is that this is what it looked like 150 years ago. Back when there was just French fur trappers coming in here. 150 years ago, I guess that's 1870. I guess the history keeps catching up, but 1870 we had the trains already, so it didn't look like this that much. Pretty much a bustling city at that point. We would have the fire pretty soon. So this is what it looked like 100 and in around 1830s, 1840s, outside the part by the river, most Chicago was prairie and bushes. Now, the prairie is deceiving. The prairie is deceiving because, white settlers came to America and then eventually out west, Chicago was west at one point, came west to Chicago, and they found all this prairie and all this land ripe for farming because it was so open like this, and growth would happen so easily. Now, if they just asked a Native American tribe why that land looked like that, they would tell them that it was because Native Americans burned. The act of burning woods to keep overgrowth and everything down, and also keep it so the right kind of plants grew, so Native American tribes could also, farm that land. But when white people got here, they just saw this and said, oh, okay, God did this for us. But that's not what happened. Yeah, so this is what Chicago really looked like. Primarily looked like once you left the river, the river at the Y. Once you left the river, the loop, back then it was really just a loop. Once you left that and went up the Indian trails, like most of the roads that we use in Chicago are just old Indian trails, like Lincoln, that's an old Indian trail. Once you left those roads, once you left the loop downtown and near the river, this is primarily what Chicago looked like until, the mid 1860s. I just got a buzz. Now, do you know what happened in the 1860s? Oh, there's the 5-0. They don't like me talking about history. In the 1860s, Chicago and St. Louis were the same size town. St. Louis was actually, most people thought at the time that St. Louis was going to be the third biggest city in Chicago. I mean, most people thought at the time that St. Louis was going to be the third biggest city in America. St. Louis was also a turning point for rivers, but Chicago said, okay, instead of investing in rivers, we're going to invest in trains. And that's what made Chicago the third biggest city in America. And after the mid-1860s, when the trains came in, I think the population quadrupled. And Chicago's area grew just as much. And we went from looking like this in the 1850s to having a World's Fair, the biggest World's Fair, in a bustling giant town 40 years later. So I know, like, the internet seems crazy, but we went from, prairie land to a city with elevated trains in 40 years time. So it's just something cool to think about. If you ever come out here to the Montrose Bird Sanctuary, you get to see the prairie that Illinois is so known for, and understand that Chicago is basically a prairie and a swamp. Oh, another important thing. One of my other favorite facts. Okay. The thing I love about wood areas here in Chicago is that people think, like an urban area, there's no animals. There's animals everywhere, and I've seen coyotes in this very park. So be on the lookout when you see tall grass. There's coyotes running about. Yeah. I swear to God, I swear. Behind me, in these tall grass right here, is for sure a coyote. Oh look, there's even a bottle of water. There's water over there. And if this was 150 years ago, or 70 years ago, when the French trappers were here, there'd be cougars in here too. The trappers got rid of them in the city population. Cougars are really bad at hiding. Or once in a while we have cougars in Illinois. Oh, you can for sure see a deer too in Chicago. Hello, Marnard. Isn't it true that, like, when they migrate to Mexico, like, they don't even make it? Isn't it true that monarch butterflies don't even make it to Mexico in their lifetime? When they monarch? Like, it's the next generation that makes it. Oh my God, even though these woods are so small, I still get lost. I can't imagine actually being an outdoorsy person and going to Colorado and like going off trail for like 2 seconds. Like I get how people get lost. Even though I can hear teenagers. I get how people get lost in the woods. If I can get lost in less than a city block of woods. And the next thing I'm about to show you really reminds me of when in Wizard of Oz, the movie, when they walked from the field and you could see the Emerald City with the field in the back. And here you go. Chicago, the Emerald City. I'm gonna be a sailboat. Wouldn't it be fun to, be a drunken sailor? What is the life of a drunken sailor in Chicago, a drunken sailor? Oh, Chicago's got pirates of its own. You can see the Hancock behind me. And a sailboat. And the funny thing is that the Hancock is in the neighborhood Streeterville named after a Chicago pirate. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do? Sailor? Drunken sailor, what do you do? Drunken sailor, early in the morning. This is still not the way I got it in here. But look at that beautiful, see that? The beach is closed, but it's beautiful. Like that guy's leaving the beach because he went kite surfing today. I'm telling you guys, it's a pretty city. It ain't what you see on TV. That's the main thing I want people to learn. Is that Chicago is, Jesus, I'm so blown out. That Chicago is not what you see on TV. It's not what you see on conservative TV. Like, violence is here, sure. But most people that live here, I'm not even saying the north side, most people that live here are just people living, outside the parks, it's the people that make this place beautiful. The community and stuff. So if you just only watch Fox News and you think Chicago's the Iraq or Chirac, whatever the hell that late 2000s term was for it, and you're really missing out. Hey, there's my bike. Okay, I found my way home. And once again, this is Montrose Beach Birds and Butterfly Sanctuary. It's located at Montrose. Just go as far east as you can on the road Montrose, and you can't park near the beach anymore, but you can walk here. So get off your butt, get on your mask, and what should my catchphrase be? I don't eat a hot dog bring a hot dog in your bag.